Hello learners, welcome back once again for today's lesson. Now, our previous lesson, we're using trig ratio to find the side and angles of right angle triangle. Now, we are going to deal with another triangle which is not right angle triangle. At the end of this lesson, we are going to find unknown sides and angles in non-right angle triangle by using Sine Rule. Now, let's talk about our triangles now. Yeah, this is the triangle we are going to use. Now, let's see our triangle here. We have our angle of A, which is opposite to the small a. And our small a is a side of B and C. We have angle B, which is opposite to our small b, which is side of A and C. And we have our angle C, which is also opposite to our small c here, which is the side of AB. Now we are going to use all these things to help us to find the side and angle of triangle, which is not right angle triangle. Now let's continue. Before we continue, learners, let's convert this triangle into right angle triangle first to find the proof of our formula that we are going to use to find the angles and the sides of triangle, which is not right angle triangle. Now let's move on. Yeah, now we've converted this triangle into two triangles which are right angle triangles. Now we're going to use our trig ratio. Let's start from here. Okay, now let's start from angle A. Angle A can be sine of A is equal to, now we have the C and K, which is the height. Therefore, to be opposite, which is the height, over the hypotenuse, which is the B. The hypotenuse is this. Now we are doing angle KAC. Okay. Now let's make H the subject here. Before we can make H the subject, let's multiply both sides by B so that we can make H the subject. Then we can see our B here multiplied by our sine A, or equal to our H over B multiplied by B, both sides by B, and B will divide B, and we are going to get our B sine A is equal to our H. Okay, now let's come to angle CBK, this angle. Let's use the same formula, which is sine of B is equal to, the opposite is the height, which is the H, over the hypotenuse is here, which is A. The same thing, let's make H the subject. Then we multiply both sides by A, which is A multiplied by sine of B is equal to H over A multiplied by A. A will divide A, and we're going to get our final answer here. A sine B is equal to H. Now here, let's equate B sine A to A sine B. Let's write it here. Or B sine A is equal to A sine of B. Now let's check our sine correct. Yeah, let's write it nice. Sine of B. Now learners, let's look at something here. We have B sine A equal to A sine B. Now we need to make the coefficient of sine A to be 1 and the coefficient of sine B to be 1. What should we do here? Now here is simple. We can divide here by B. Therefore B divided by B. Now we're going to get coefficient here 1. In the equation, what you do to the left side, do the same thing to the right side. Also here also need to divide it by B. By B cannot divide A. Therefore, in the equation, now what can we do here to get coefficient of sine B to be 1? We need to also do here for A divided by A. The same thing, we add A here, division, we need to also add A here. At the end, what are you going to get? We are going to get our sine of A over the small a, and here sine of B over the small b. Now, since the two angles have worked, we know that obviously the third angle also is going to work. Therefore, when we change the C, we also work it out, we are going to get the same solution, which is C over small c. This is our formula we are going to use to solve our problems. Now, this formula can be changed or converted to this. You can call it A over sine of A is equal to B over sine of B is equal to C over sine of C. Now, these two formulas are the same and it can be used. But I always tell learners it's better to use the first one here for angles and the second one here for side. Why? Because it helps you to find them with ease. But you can use both formulas to solve for the sides and angles. Okay, now let's continue. Now we've got the formula. Let's try to use the formula to solve one example and check how the formula is very effective. Now let's look at this question. In a triangle ABC, and angle A is 40 degrees. Side BC is equal to 12 units. And side AB is equal to 15 units. Determine the other angles of the triangle. Assuming that angle C is acute angle. Now what are we looking for? Now we are looking for angle of C. There's one secret here you need to know. Before you solve questions like this, you need to check one part which have an angle and a side. That one is going to help you a lot. Now let's see. Let's look at A. A have an angle and a side. Then we are looking for C, angle C, and there's also side for C, but the angle is not there. and you're going to work for the angle. Since we are working for the angle, we need to employ this formula. We can say our sine of A over the side A is equal to sine of C over our small c. Now let's substitute the numbers or our figure into our formula. Here we'll convert, we can get our sine of 40 degrees over the side is what? 12 units. 12 units is equal to our sine of C over the small c, which is the side, which is 15 units. Now what should we do here? We want sine C to be the subject. Then we need to multiply both sides by 15 so that the 15 will get out. We can multiply here by 15 and multiply here also by 15. Now 15 divided by 15, we can get our sine C is equal to, now we take our sine 40 degrees divided by 12 multiplied by 15 units. Therefore, our sine C will be equal to 0.80. Now, since we want the C, our C is equal to sine inverse of 0.80. And now our C will be equal to 53.46 degrees. It's easy to solve. Now let's move on and check another example. Let's look at example 2. So in the diagram below, we have triangle ABC with side A, C is equal to 25,2 centimeters. Angle A is equal to 140 degrees and angle B is equal to 22 degrees. Calculate for the length of AB. Now I've told you, one, always check the other side, which have the side and the angle. Now we can look here. This one have a side and angle, it can help us. Now we are looking for here the side, which is the small c. But before we can solve for the side A, B, we need angle here. There's no angle here. We need to find that angle. But we already know that the sum of interior angle of a triangle is 180 degrees. And since we have two, let's subtract them for 180 degrees to get our angle C. Then we are going to say our 180 degrees minus 140 degrees minus 22 degrees. We're going to get what? 18 degrees. Good. Now our angle here is 18 degrees. Now we can get our formula. Then we know that we have the side, we have the angle, and we are looking for the side. Our formula will be, now I say when you are using for a side, use this method or this formula. A over sine A is equal to C over sine of C. Okay, now let's work it out. Let's substitute the figures into the formula. What is A now? A is here, Our A is 25,2, all divided by sine A. That's sine of 140 degrees is equal to, what is C? C is what we are looking for, which is AB. We have our AB there. Sine of, what is C? Is 18 degrees. What should we do now? We should multiply both sides by sine 180 degrees. Here we multiply by sine of 18 degrees, sorry. And here also multiply by 18 degrees. Now, this one will divide that one. Then we get our AB is equal to 25,2, all divided by sine of 140 degrees, multiply by sine of 18 degrees. Here is sine 18 degrees. Okay. Now what do we get for our AB? Our side AB. Now our AB will be equal to 12,12 centimeters. This is easy and simple. Now let's try another one again. Now let's assume the question is asking us to find a side of AC, which is the small b. Now we already know this here. Therefore, we can also employ this again. And now on this one, with the angle here, to work it out. But learners, now we have A, B, C. It's not always we are going to have A, B, C. Sometimes it can be KFC. Therefore, you look at what they are going to give it here. You use that one to form your formula. Since we have A, B, C, that's why I always use A, B, C. Now some questions, they can be KFC, they can be different numerals or figures or alphabets. Okay, now let's come here. We have our sine of A, our A, sine of A is equal to B, sine of B. Let's substitute. The side of A, what the side of A is 25,2 over sine of 140 degrees is equal to, what is B now? B is what we are looking for, which is our AC, over sine of 22 degrees. What should we do now? We multiply both sides by sine 22 degrees. You also multiply by sine 22 degrees. Now this one divide this one. Our AC is equal to 25,2 over sine of 140 degrees multiply by sine 22 degrees. Now our AC is the side. What is our AC now? Our AC will be 14,69 centimeters. That's it. It's easy. Remember, when there's a side, which of the formula you need to use. When there's angle, which of the formula you need to use. Now we're going to continue solve more questions and then learn more about what we've learned. If you want more lessons or more information or any question, you need to contact the information below so that we give you more. Now we call the end of this lesson.